Student debt, taxes, and a college degree. Oh, well, for one thing, taxes is definitely unnecessary and it's a waste of time because a lot of people, as you know, do not like to pay taxes. And half the time, our tax money is going on nonsense and it's not being spent right because the government doesn't know what they're doing. First of all, they're spending it on unnecessary stuff that they don't need to be spending it on. Instead of what they need to do is get all the corruption out of government, and then people were probably willing to pay taxes if it was going to something good. Because, look, for instance, people are upset with the welfare system. My mom works and she's doing a good job with me and my sister. But at the same time, people who work they could barely afford anything. But then the people who don't work and who's just mooching off the government have everything. I mean, I seen a meme one time. I think it was on Facebook when I used to go on it. That somebody opened up the refrigerator and a working person had one leftover thing of Chinese food. People on welfare had their refrigerators was overflowing. Why is that? We work, we put into the system. Why aren't we getting anything? We don't get no tax cuts. We don't get no breaks. We don't get anything. And it's definitely not fair, and something needs to be done for this. And the only way something needs to be done is to get the elected officials out of there, because I believe to truly govern, you have to show leadership by example. Take a common person on the street, who may not be the best leader when it comes to running government, because running government, I guess, does take some kind of skill, but they know what they want to do and try and accomplish. Like, for instance, take me. I'll have the government going. I mean, I might have to get with how everything is run and being done, but heck, why not? I think that I can do a better job than what Capitol Hill and the White House is doing, because there seems to be a lack of common sense. They always talk about, wanting to save the middle class, this and that. I think half the time they forgot what the middle class even is. They forgot what it's like not to be on payment plans. They forgot what it's like that some people can't eat. They seem to forget what it's like raising three, four, five kids plus taxes coming out. They seem to have forgotten that. And then they expect us to go to college so that way we can be model citizens and educated. First of all, so we're basically being educated. No, we're basically going to college to get educated, to come out with a possibility of no job. I mean, I already have friends who graduated, and they still can't find work. I know somebody working in a restaurant. I know somebody still straggling along. And yet, we're supposed to go to college to be model citizens, to actually do something with the degree we have. Well, how can we do something with the degree we have if there is no jobs to do it with? College seems to be a waste of time, a monumental waste of time at that. Me, for instance, I'm in college now, last semester, about to finish, and I still don't know what I'm gonna do when I get out, because there's nothing you really can do. You know, there's nothing you really can do when you get out, and it's a shame, and it really is a shame. No child wants to live with their parents forever. No child wants to do it, and and if we're paying all of this money to go to college to take out loans, which basically is going to land us in debt. We're never going to pay. Half the time, none of us even pay off of our debt to begin with, because the debt is so high and it's so unnecessary. So high and so necessary. So basically, we have to pay to get information. It doesn't make sense. Why do you have to pay to get information? I mean, come on. uh, the U.S. is one of the richest countries, if not the richest, and people are paying to be educated. Education should be free, if anything. I mean, that paying for education is like paying to breathe. It's like, come on. Next thing you know, we'll be sitting in little corners. Oh, you want to breathe? That'll be 10 cent. It doesn't make sense. So, having a college degree really doesn't mean anything because only really certain majors is necessary. Science majors are needed to help find cures, uh, to help pharmaceutical companies get the best products out, and then also let's see, maybe accountant majors would be necessary too, nurses, stuff like that. But when it comes to other majors, like let's say media or like counseling, nobody really needs that. It's a waste of time. I don't know. Going to college doesn't seem to be a good thing now. Taxes is definitely a monumental waste of time. And I don't. Well, I mean, we're not in a good state at all. Definitely not in a good state. All this stuff needs to go. The taxes need to go. They need to find a better solution to college. And I don't know. I really don't. I really don't.